How are you?
I'm fine.
Very good. My name is Teacher Le'Von. Can you say Teacher Le'Von?
Teacher Le'Von.
Very good. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, this.
This is Fleet.
Yes, this is sweet. And who is this?
This is Elise.
Yes. Very good. Let's keep going. What letter? Good. What sound does M make? What sound?
M says
Yes. M says mm.
M says
Very good. C says k. Good job, Leo. Hey y'all, good morning. It is 6:28 a.m. So that class that you just saw a glimpse of started at 6 o'clock a.m. This is Central Standard Time, and the classes I teach are 25 minutes, and then the 5 minutes after until the 30-minute mark is basically if you need to take a break, if you want to submit your after class report right then and there or do it later. And if you don't have a class right after, then you just wait until your next class. So for today, my Fridays are very light. Usually Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is where I have my bulk of classes. Sometimes I even have maybe 7, 8. The max I've had, I think back to back, was maybe 7, but I've had 9 scheduled back to back to where it's just boom, 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 like a domino effect, and you just basically have to stay at the computer because that 5 minutes passes by so quickly. I mean, you could take a restroom break. If I'm not fasting, I can maybe snack on something in between, but sometimes it passes by really quickly. So I say all that to say right now, I do not have another class until 7, and so only 2 classes this morning, and then I have 3 classes tonight. So Fridays are the only days right now where I am teaching both in the morning and at night. The other days of the week outside of Saturday, I just teach in the morning. So eventually I'm going to phase out my schedule to where I'm not teaching any night classes at all because I just feel like I do a lot better in the morning. Clearly I'm a morning person. So I hope y'all enjoyed that, and you can kind of see sometimes depending on who I'm teaching, if I'm teaching one of the younger ones, like 5, 6 years old, my classroom will be even more messy than this because there's more things that I have to pull out for them. But for this child, he knew the lesson. We finished ahead of time, and I had to extend and, create other stuff, find other stuff to ask him. So he did very well. So it's a very small mess right now, just my markers, dry erase stuff, and I didn't even have to use this for him, so now y'all, I'm just gonna take a little break here. behind the pillows on my chair. Ooh-hoo-hoo. So we're just taking a little walk outside, fresh air, sunlight, before I go back in to start editing the video that I recorded yesterday. Because once I get into editing, it takes me a while to come out. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Y'all, I am looking at Surah 40, Mu'min. Surah means chapter, so I'm in the Quran, and it's chapter 40, and we are looking at verses 83, 84, and 85, okay? So Surah 40, ayahs 83, 84, and 85, or chapter 40, verses 83, 84, and 85, okay? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. For when their apostles came to them with clear signs, they exulted in such knowledge as they had, and that very wrath at which they were wont to scoff hemmed them in. But when they saw our punishment, they said, We believe in Allah, the one God, and we reject the partners we used to join with him. But their professing the faith when they saw our punishment was not going to profit them. Such has been Allah's way of dealing with his servants, and even thus did the rejectors of Allah perish. So, I feel like that's kind of scary, because when I read this, number one, it makes me remember a part of my journey to Islam, when I was just kind of in different belief systems. I was raised in the church, raised in Christianity. As I grew, I started to call myself a spiritual, like I believed in a higher power, but I didn't necessarily have a specific religion or a belief system. And then I dipped and dabbed in the nation of gods and earths, dipped and dabbed in the nation of Islam, and then finally I am now just Muslim, alhamdulillah. So there are a lot of us who are still on a journey, still seeking, and then there are a lot of us who don't believe at all. And the scary part, in my opinion, is when we are in a position where we don't believe at all, where we do not believe in a higher governing power, right? It's scary because when we get to the point of it being too late, it is indeed going to be too late. Meaning, if we did not believe before that point, once we realize that Allah, God, for those that don't realize it, once they do at that too late point, it's no turning back. They are disbelievers, unbelievers, and there's no going back for a second chance to believe before it's too late. You see what I'm saying? So that's really, really scary. And for those of us that do believe in a higher power, whether you be Muslim or non-Muslim, however you label yourself, just for those of us that do believe, if we say we believe in God, what does that mean? How does that translate into our actions, into our thoughts, into our habits? Because it's one thing to say with your tongue that you believe something, right? But it's another thing to act and move as though you believe, and to actually worship the power that we say we believe in. If what we say and what we do don't connect, then we are practicing hypocrisy, which is also very scary. So I say all that to say, anyone watching this that doesn't believe, I pray and I encourage you to open your heart to believe. If you're confused and if you don't know which way to go, because I've been there before, just start by opening your heart to believe in a higher power, in the Creator. Because of everything, there is only one Creator. There's only one God. So just open your heart to believe, and then start your journey about the specifics of where you want to go and how you want to believe and what you want to do, all of that. But belief is the most important thing. And for those of us that do believe, right, if you have chosen a certain path, are we actively doing what we should be doing if we say we are on a certain path, right? If we are Christian or Muslim or Jews, are we making sure that we are not engaging in the forbidden things, the things that God doesn't want us to do, the sins, right? Are we making sure that we are engaging in the things that God does want us to do, right? I just think that's very important. I just wanted to take a moment. As you can see, it is 8:29 p.m. Central Standard Time. I just finished a class. You can see that little purple class right there, and there's 2 more coming up. But as you can see, I have 30-minute breaks in between. So right now I am actually going to try to eat something. The time for breaking fast today was exactly at 8 o'clock, and my class tonight was exactly at 8 o'clock. So thank God, alhamdulillah, my student was on time, but when he came into class, he wasn't yet ready, so he wasn't at the computer. So that 30 seconds to a minute I took to just drink some water. I brought this water over here to my desk, and I had 2 dates, and I already ate that date and started eating another one directly after class. And I was like, oh, let me go ahead and record this as well. So this is one of those things where it can only possibly happen on Fridays for the remaining of Ramadan, because I do not have night classes on any other day. So if I know that I'm going to have an 8 o'clock class, I'll just have to have, water and dates right here at my desk and break with that, and then eat whenever I have a break from classes. So this is what I'm going to have. Y'all, look how beautiful this salad is. I mean, get into those colors. So pretty. So I just chopped up some romaine, carrot, and red purple cabbage. That's what we have here. And I think I'm going to use my Annie's Goddess dressing. Y'all, I love this dressing. It is so good. Like, seriously, it is so good. Can you see the ingredients? I love this stuff. Now it does have in it, and it's all natural. Look, no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives, and it's vegan. I'm not vegan, but I have been vegetarian for like the past, I think, year now. I haven't had any meat, so when it says vegan, that just makes me feel a little better. And then I might put a little honey on it. It's very good, but because it is it does have apple cider vinegar in it, and is made from the sesame seed paste. So sesame seed is very, very good for you, but I find that it does have has a very distinct taste. So sometimes when I use this, although I really, really like it, I also like to balance it out with just a little bit of honey. Makes it taste so good. And then I filled up my little water jug here. I don't know if I told you all the type of water that I usually drink, but it's this natural alpine spring water. So I will have this, y'all, just for starters, okay? I will be eating other things, including my samosas here. If you did not watch the video from yesterday on how to make easy cheat samosas, go watch that video. So I packaged up some here and had them in the refrigerator. So depending on when I get hungry throughout the night, I will probably just fry these up. They're super simple and quick to fry, and have those with some tamarind sauce. I also wanted to mention that when we break our fast, we do not break our fast and then go right into a big meal, because at the time of breaking fast is also the time for prayer. Okay, so usually what happens is you'll break your fast with something really small and simple, maybe dates and water, maybe tea and a banana, apple, whatever it is, something small, and then you go and you offer your salah. Salah is prayer. You go and you offer your prayer, and then after you offer your prayer, then you can go ahead and have your full meal and everything. It's not wrong to have a full meal before you offer your prayer, but think about it. You've been fasting all day long. Once a full or heavy meal hits your stomach, you are going to be a bit sluggish. usually, unless you're eating something very light and high energy, then maybe not. But majority of the time, that first full meal is going to slow you down a little bit. So if you have a completely full meal, that's going to make it a little bit difficult for you to get up and go physically do the movements for prayer. So it's best to just break with something small, go pray, and then eat. So, but y'all, I have a class coming up in 15 minutes, as I showed you on the screen. Today it's at 8, 9, and 10. And that's so weird, because usually my classes are like back to back. I'll maybe have like 5 in a row, 4 in a row. But I'm actually very, very grateful, alhamdulillah, that it turned out like that today, because it is giving me time to eat and pray and also talk to y'all. So this will be the end of the vlog. I wanted to show you one final thing here. I just pulled out my little thing that I have of yarn. These 4 colors I'm going to use to create an order for one of my customers. Maybe watch some YouTube, Netflix, find something good, because I do not have any classes tomorrow, alhamdulillah, so I do not have to wake up early to teach. Only have to wake up early to eat and pray. But I do hope you all enjoyed this vlog. It was my first time doing a full on like all day vlog, so let me know if you enjoyed it, and also make sure that you are keeping up with me on Instagram and or Facebook, but mainly Instagram. So whenever I'm not posting like back to back like I'm doing now, if you want to keep up with me, you will be able to do so. So Instagram, and it's always right there at the bottom of the screen. That's my little picture at Zeynabu-Le'Von. So Instagram, and then I also post my Facebook if anyone wants to follow me there as well. Alrighty, y'all. So as always, peace, blessings, love, and light. God be with you. Bye.